The case against mobility. Hey, I'm Sarah from Most Motion, and I'm here with another video for every sports and fitness coach who wants to help their clients improve the results and avoid injury, and they're trying to use mobility to do it. So, what is the case against mobility? Well, first of all, we need to look at what we mean by mobility, and the simple answer to that is the ability for joints to move in any direction without restriction or pain. So, if we're trying to improve the movement of people and we're trying to remove all the restrictions from joints, why is that bad? Well, mobility, using the term mobility, makes us think of it as being a separate issue, and that is a real problem for people. And there's 5 reasons I'm going to go through to explain that to you. So the first of all, if we have to think of mobility, we're thinking of a separate issue, then we have to dedicate time to it within our sessions. And that means taking time away from our training, which isn't always a good thing. Well, it's people don't want to do it in the first place. So that's the second reason. But is also, depending on the method that you're using, is also quite prescriptive. So we think of X tightness equaling Y result, but this isn't baking. We're using human bodies here, and every single human body is individual. So just by doing one thing and expecting a separate result is it's not always going to give you that result, but also it takes a lot of time to do that. So if you have a limited amount of time, which you will do if you're trying to cut out some training to dedicate to this, then that means that the pressure on your client to do it for themselves is huge. So people don't want to do it. That is the ultimate fundamental thing here that we're talking about. We are, it's also going to be the first thing that people miss out when they don't have time. So that was a bit waffly. Let me recap. I'll read my notes to do it. Okay, so if we have to dedicate extra time to it, that means we've got less time to do our training. If we're being quite prescriptive about it, so we're doing one thing at once, like hip, then ankle, then knee, then that takes a long time as well, and bodies don't function like that. If we're spending a lot of time on it, then we're having to put that time pressure on our clients, so they have to do it in their own time. They don't want to do that. So it's the first thing that people will miss out when they're pushed for time. So if there's a choice between going out for a bike ride, for example, and doing 20 minutes mobility, they'll go out for the bike ride. I can guarantee it. So what do we do instead? What we do is we think of it in terms of improving movement. And when we do that, or why we do that, is because movement is the one thing that will do everything that we're trying to achieve all at once. So it will stretch muscles, it will release fascia, it will impact nerves, and it will do multiple joints all at once. So if we're trying to focus on opening the hip and releasing an ankle and taking pressure off the knee, then we can do that through movement all at once, because bodies are super capable of that. And movement feels like training to our clients, so they don't mind doing it. They feel like they're just getting on with the session. And movement is the thing that fitness coaches do really, really well. It's what we do best. So if we use movement and we focus on improving that movement, we can do it while we are training. So we can do it in the warm-ups, we can do it in the cool-downs, and all that kind of stuff, which means that we don't have to dedicate extra time to it. We don't have to stop our sessions to do it. We don't need to be prescriptive about it, because the bodies will just do everything all at once. It also allows individuality. So we can make sure that each person in our group is getting the benefit from what we're doing, because they don't have to be prescriptive about it. We don't have to ask a client to spend extra time on it. It's we're taking away stuff that they don't like doing, because we're just incorporating it in stuff they do like doing. And that means they don't have to choose between training and doing mobility, which means they will actually do it because they want to. And if you multiply that across the number of sessions that people do every week, then we are improving our clients' movement, and we're making a huge impact on their injury prevention. Okay, we're making a massive difference, reducing the risk of injury because we're actually getting it done. So we're eliminating all the reasons why people don't want to do it in the first place. And this is a strategy that I call activating stealth mode, because we're sneaking it in so that people don't necessarily notice that they're doing it. It just becomes a habit, becomes a lifestyle, just like healthy eating. Okay. And this is step 2 in my 5-step approach that I've outlined in my book, The Coach's Guide to Long-Term Injury Prevention Success. So this book is completely free. And if you're ready to take this to the next level, you want to learn a little bit more, then grab the free book for using the link in the description. And you can learn a lot more about activating stealth mode and all the other steps included in the long-term injury prevention success. So if you're watching this live, make sure you say hi. If you're watching the replay, make sure you use hashtag replay and comment below. Tell me what you think of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.